Hello everyone, good evening. We are so glad to be able to do this informal session. I think it's just a sharing session that Neeza and I, came up with because we felt that, this is one way for us to help people out there to understand why and how we do things. I think it's a bit of intimate sharing in terms of the work we do. And of course, why we choose Sunday night is I think there'll be more to share because of 1 week of things that we have done from Monday to Saturday or even Sunday. So Sunday night, we believe it's a bit more relaxing. People are chilling out, so can listen to us and our sharing, our journey. Okay. Before that, totally forgot. Hello, Niza.
Hello. Why your background still in the day?
I don't know. I feel it's every day is a working day. So, but interestingly, right? Okay. I hope everybody out there has had their dinner. Relaxing at home with the family. So if you have any comment or any questions you want to ask about us along the way, just comment in the box. We will be answering some of them if there's a need. End of the day, I think it's more of us sharing our journey. I think this first episode per se, we want to introduce ourselves a bit more. I think those who know us probably know us as just a real estate agent. We will also share a bit of our journey from the beginning and even before, before we embark on this real estate career and how we actually, came about doing it lah. All right. So without further ado, like what my boss always say, Niza, you want to start or I start?
You start lah.
I start.
Yeah. Later my story too interesting, then cannot continue.
Oh my God. Okay. So I'll make mine more interesting and longer so that people, mesmerize and all that. Oh no lah, just kidding. Okay. Now, let me just bring up this poster that I did just a few hours ago when we suddenly came up with this idea. It was a long day today, but we felt that it's important, or it's our calling to just have a santai in Malay, santai in English I don't know, in relaxing mode lah, as you so that you can learn. Okay, when work is passion, because the work we do has become something passionate to us, that it is not work, if I were to say so, because it is something that we love doing, helping people, adding value, seeing people getting their first home and all that. It's really you cannot describe the feeling. More than 10 years doing this, it's really has opened up our perspective in life per se. So what we are, I mean, our objective is none other than to share, so that people out there, our clients, our future clients, our friends, RES friends, and all that, and those aspiring RES would have a more in-depth uh, outlook into the real estate industry from our perspective. So behind the scenes sharing on why we do what we do. Okay. Now we hope to do this every Sunday night, so that it gives a bit of continuity in our story. And today is the premiere, so I think I spelled premiere wrongly, but sorry. Uh, I hope that
Really?
I don't know. I was just
You're thinking about soccer, is it? Premier League?
that's a Premier
Premiers.
League, Premiership,
Okay.
whatever. No, okay. Now let
Yeah.
me uh begin my story lah.
Yeah. How
Okay.
do they leave the comments and the
Yeah,
questions?
please
Because I'm
have
eager to know what they want to know from us.
correct. Yeah, so
Anyone?
anytime, just leave your comment or feedback, or shout out to us and all that. Yeah. Okay, maybe I start lah. Uh okay, how do I start? Okay. Maybe the journey of real estate was never in my mind, to be honest, for the longest time, because I came from a boys' school, where the path is basically to junior college, to university and all that lah. Okay, so put that aside. I think more importantly, I didn't go through that phase. I didn't go through that route, the junior college route and university route. I went to the polytechnic route where I met Neeza lah. So it's such a that story will be kept for another time lah. Anyway, if not, it will never end. All right. So the journey, the polytechnic journey, and then I went into NS. Yeah, I was posted to traffic police. I had the best time in my life, to be honest. 2 years, 1.5 years at traffic police in Maxwell Road. Speaking of Maxwell Road, now people know that I'm not that young anymore. Okay, now uh, I immediately after NS, I believe it was the financial crisis, right? Was it?
When was that? I mean, like which part? After poly?
No.
Huh?
After NS, I go into
Financial
97,
crisis
98.
1998.
Yeah,
1998.
early 1998, I ROD, I think. So I started work immediately after NS. Stayed,
The privilege of being a guy.
yeah. So the first job I stayed for 3 months. Second job I stayed for 9 months, and the last full-time job I held was 15 years. So wow, I tell you. So 15 years in Singapore Press Holding. Started off as a PC technician. I remember going down the table, unscrewing the desktops and all that kind of stuff. And when I left the media industry per se, I was actually head of IT. So it was really a journey for me. It was not easy for me to do the shift. In between, I did part time real estate to support Niza. Later she'll
Huh?
tell you the story lah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean after? Okay,
No, when
alright.
we become a property agent, at that point of
Okay.
time, in 2008, my friends, there was no such thing as RES exam, whatever you call it. Today, we went, example, we just sign a form. Tomorrow, we get a name card. You are officially a property agent, right?
No, but we do have crash course.
Yeah, of course, there
Course.
was training and all that lah, but
Yeah.
it's basically if you don't attend the training, also you can actually practice. That was back then, more than 10 years ago. Now it's totally different ball game. So, but I actually went into full-time real estate in 2015 after spending 15 years in Singapore Press Holding. The calling was really strong when I know for a fact that, because at that point of time I was handling the in SPH, the newspaper system, the newspaper. I have to explain. Maybe nowadays people don't read newspaper. The physical newspaper, not the online version. So I felt that it is it's a sunset industry, and I'm in charge of the system. And if the industry goes out of business, or or become shrunk, I'll be out of job. And if by then I'm more than 40 plus or 50, I tell you, probably difficult for me to move. So I told Niza, I told her that before 40, I must do something different. So then there was this really, at that point of time, real estate was, it was part-time, but I was more of a part-time driver to Niza, because I sent her to all
You
the
wouldn't want to do real estate. You're still shoving it aside. You
because
were
of that
doing
mindset of the corporate ladder, because there was the perception since young, since in school, this is the step you need to take. So similarly, like people buying HDB, buy 4 room first, buy 5 room, buy jumbo, whatever EA.
EC or what?
But in that sense, the mindset was really fixed lah. It wasn't a growth mindset. But I achieved my goal where I was in SPH, because this is a story I want to tell. When I was interviewed and got the job in SPH 20 years ago, the first day at work, I told myself, I want to sit in that chair, which is the boss's chair in his room. So I achieved it in 10 years. Not bad. Then I become head for 5 years. Then that's where the calling was strong.
That time was at Kim Seng. Not a nice office.
Kim Road, and then went to Toa Payoh. I really had the one of the best times in my life, the friends and all that. It was not easy to leave the job, but but then again, the transition I was overwhelmed by the transition, because we are used to having a salaried job, a certain day of the month, your salary comes in, you just go to the ATM and withdraw. But when it comes to real estate, it's totally different ballgame. You need to come out money first. You need to invest in your resource and invest in your advertisement, in your marketing collaterals, whatever, your portals and all that. I felt I was overwhelmed to this extent. I was also overconfident, because I thought, I come from the corporate world. I have dealt with so many people of every hierarchy, you name it. I've talked to. I've done presentation from the CEO to the minister, whatever, to the president even. I did one time, a presentation to President Tony Tan. Wow. I don't know whether he knows what I'm talking about, but he just not. Okay, then we had lunch after that. Wow, that was a good experience. But so I was overconfident. I said, it's chicken feet. But then again, reality sets in. Really, reality sets in, because of the fact that it's not so easy as it seems. It's not about just being able to talk. The networking is important. The rapport is important. The soft skill I have is important. But then again, the knowledge was not there. The assumption was I know everything, but the main criteria of real estate knowledge was not very deep. Yeah. So the confidence level wasn't there. So it took me a while to actually bounce back into the industry, to at least have a fighting chance. And Alhamdulillah, today we are not too bad. We are doing okay. Not to our expectation yet. I think we always have to push ourselves in order for us to be able to empower the community per se, because it's really important. Real estate is not just about selling and buying. It's about strategies. It's about needs. It's about wants. So it's about aspiration. So really is something that is not really everybody's cup of tea. Okay, it can be very stressful, especially this COVID-19. I tell you, later we will discuss a bit more lah. But having said that, past 5 years has been a real roller coaster journey for us, especially for me. But deep inside me, especially that desire, that fire of making the work as a passion, I tell you, is tremendous. I think if I were to talk, my biggest strength, I think Niza will also agree, is talking. I can talk and talk.
Really? You went talking and we know each other.
Yeah. I haven't finished talking. I only, when I'm in the zone, I will talk and talk and talk. But if I'm outside, sitting down, relaxing, whatever, you will see that I'm not so much of a...
Don't talk to him.
I don't talk so much, to be honest.
Forget about talking. He's not listening.
So that's me. So It's just the ability to be in the zone, especially with customers and clients. I think this is the biggest strength that I have at this point of time. We both of us complement each other, so that's why the hashtag is life of a property agent couple. Not so easy. I think a lot of people think it's a bed of roses, but it's not. Because you eat, sleep, drink, whatever, all property. There's no other things to talk about except property. Am I right? Even now at 10:15 in the evening and Sunday night, we still talking about property. Oh my
Well,
God.
we just finished handling some cases for tomorrow's completion, HDB
Yes.
completion. So we're still doing property at this hour.
Yeah. Even today, maybe I bring Niza up lah. Like talking to myself. Even like today, from morning until just now 7+, we were correct Zoom meeting after one and another and all that. Later, I want to share with you the Zoom meeting we had in the evening just before we had our dinner. So we had a couple of hours of rest, talking to each other, watching TV for a while, and all that, and then here we are. So that's in a nutshell the journey that I went through. Not very deep, but I think some things we need to save for for next episode. So don't want to reveal everything so that you will come back and listen. I think that's one of the things. Niza, I think I hand over to you. Also, don't give too much. Later, tak ada
No, you
modal.
must stop me where I need to stop, because if I start talking also, I will be
I will
like
just
you.
mute you lah.
Okay.
I mute you.
My eyes closing. Okay, so well, how did we start? Okay, if I remember correctly, 2007, somebody came to our house to sell our house, and I was thinking,
Oh my God.
who did invite him come here? Who invite this agent come to my house? How come I didn't know that we are selling? So I mean, well, in fact, actually, when I was in a polytechnic, I always see a lot of good class bungalow, because on the way to our polytechnic, we have to pass by good class bungalows. So I always wonder, and then sometimes when we actually open the newspaper, we see that good class bungalow 1 million, 1.2 million. Like, is it really that expensive? Why is it expensive? Because I didn't know what is 1 million at that time. Like, why is it like that? And then when the agent came to our house to sell, I was wondering, okay, who invited him? Number one. And then when he actually started talking, because he knows I'm a lecturer, so he borrowed my pen. He borrowed my my paper. And then
You never tell your background first.
Oh, my background. Okay. Okay. Where do I start from? Okay. I can go very backwards or very forward. Which one?
Your career.
Career. Okay. Okay. Actually, after I returned, like what Nizam said, being a dragon baby is not easy. We always have a lot of challenges during our phases of life, because we always have to compete with our friends. We're all dragon babies, all competitors. So let me see. 1996, I decided that Singapore is something that I need to put aside for a while. I want to venture out. So I told my dad, I said, I want to go and study in the UK. And my dad was like, what? You think it's cheap? They said, okay, I did my sums. I did all the things. You just trust me. If you can pay for it, I'll go. And because my aunt is in the UK, although I don't stay with her, but we are kind of like in the same country, so it'll be easier for me to visit her. But we are actually far apart. She's in Northampton. I decided to study, and I did a lot of applications. And with the help of my lecturer, I applied all the good universities. But I don't know why I chose Manchester. At that moment, actually, the first football team in the UK I know was Liverpool, actually. But I do not know why I chose Manchester.
No talking football. I think later a lot of people get offended.
Actually, in fact, when I chose Manchester, because it's the Institute of Science and Technology, and that's where my forte is. I'm an engineer trained, and I thought that's a good university. In fact, it's one of the top university that our MOE so-called, recommends for Singaporeans. And so I was like, then people ask me, hey, why you choose Manchester? You Manchester fan? I said, huh? What? Who? You Man U fan? Why you choose Manchester? I said, no, I don't know who's Man U, But when I was there, that's where I know the fun. And it was really fun when I go there. Of course, there's a lot of challenges, but because I go there on my own accord, I have no friends. I have no preparation. I do not know the location at all. I basically just based on guts. I pack my bags and I go. Of course, my parents were there to just send me off after that because it's expensive. So they had to leave after a few days. After visiting my aunt, they leave for the next trip while left me to wait for my accommodation. So I was alone in Manchester City by myself in a hotel and then just wait for accommodation to be free. So every day is a lot of uncertainty whether I get accommodation or not. If I don't get, how do I find all this? So I just leave it to God and just do whatever I need to do. And then finally, when I got the accommodation, I have this big bag. I don't know what I packed actually. It's a very big and heavy, so difficult. I had to actually throw the bag away down the staircase and then try to carry it step by step. So it was really difficult, even back then, having to make decisions and decide on a very uncharted road. It was difficult, but I think it's a good challenge. So I think over the years, I'm so used to this kind of challenge. And then, okay, I completed my degree. Again, not very easy because not many friends there. I mean, although I make friends, but internationally friends. And then when I graduate, it was the Asian financial crisis. So seeing a lot of my friends, the Malaysian friends, the St. Lucia and all that, all over the world, they have difficulty because of the currency, especially the Asian ones. Malaysian, they couldn't pay their school fees and all that. So I was a bit blessed. My parents actually work hard to afford my fees, and I've been keeping all the money that they send to me. I actually kept part of it to ensure that if there should be any challenges, I can, top it up. And when I graduate, it was quite tough because initially I intend to work in the UK, but since there's no permit to work, I have to leave UK and decided to come back and help my parents in their business. But of course, Asian financial crisis was really, really bad. So as a woman, not easy to get a job as well. Applied so many jobs and all that. Okay, long story. But then I was thinking, I cannot just sit around because I'm not the type of person that sits around. So I decided to volunteer because I'm quite used to volunteer work. So I decided to volunteer and I picked one organization which I'm quite familiar. I mean, back in my childhood days, that is Petapis. And I decided to go down to Geylang, of all places, Geylang, okay, and ask if they need some volunteers. So when they actually opened my resume, they like, are you sure you want to volunteer? You're a degree holder, this. Then I say, yeah, volunteer lah, because I cannot sit at home lah. I mean, although I do help my mom in my mom's food business in the morning, early morning, so sometimes late at night and all that, but I still feel that I need to do something out there. So they said, okay, the management have talked about it and we decided to employ you. Then I was like, employ me? I just want volunteer only. I don't want to be employed because I was like hoping to get a better job lah. That's why I don't want to be employed. But after that, they said, no, cannot. We cannot don't pay you, because you're a degree holder. How can not pay you? Then I was like, but I have no experience in social work and all that, so I volunteer. No worries, I volunteer. And they said, no, we still pay you money. We pay you salary. I said, okay, fair. Then suddenly I saw the post. I got shocked. I said, what? You're paying me to become the assistant administrator of a home. It's like the vice caretaker, like you are the vice principal, that kind of thing.
Security guard there.
No lah, it's a high post. And I said, I cannot do this job like that, say don't worry, because you have somebody to guide you. But it was a pleasant experience. I was there almost like actually almost a year. I think 11 months maybe.
I
It was
think
a
more
very,
interestingly, I think you should share the next journey.
yeah, but that's why I think my volunteer work actually opens up my eyes to the problems of the world, because I see how the people that are difficult, because okay, when you are overseas, you see the problems in the other countries, okay, like homeless people and all that, okay, and the rich, of course, you see everything. But and then when you come back to Singapore, you realize, and when I was doing the volunteer work, I realized what are the problems and the social problems that Singaporeans are facing, especially when I was working for that organization, the Malay Muslims. I noticed why are they in that such difficulty, like jobless or maybe homeless because of financial management and all that thing. So I learned a lot, and that's where I decided I think we can do better in this area. So as after that, I got a job as a lecturer, okay, because I need to make my sense worth, right? Like like I have a degree, so I gotta go and
To
work,
pay back money.
make money. Yeah. Okay, so I decided to become a lecturer. Okay, I always love to train. Okay, I'm not into, okay, maybe anything lah. I can just teach like anything. You just give me anything, I can teach one lah. But but lecturing was a bit different because we have to create our own how to say, materials. We have to create our own modules, plan, create the exam. Okay, unlike teachers out there, I know have a lot of teacher friends out there. Their work are a bit different from us lecturer, because as a lecturer we do everything. In fact, we do the curriculum, we even design the module, we even do school liaison, we also do psychology, a lot of things, everything also we do, exam. So I was like forced to do everything, even though I did not know. Of course, we have some other pedagogy training
So,
and all that.
so Niza, how
But
long were you in Nian Poly?
Ngee Poly, okay, as much as because I was so passionate about training people and all that, I didn't know that time flies. Amazing, 10 years. 10 years. 10
Gee,
years of,
yes.
yeah, actually been thinking about leaving when I was on the 5th year, but somehow the other 5 years passed so fast. In fact, like real estate also, we are already more than 12 years. That's so fast. Right, 12 years, yeah. 12 years since we joined real estate. So time really fly past. So the same thing, if you like buying a property, how do you know? Usually when we buy a home, very fast, right? Then next thing, oh, 5 years already, MOP, oh, 10 years already I stayed here, 20 years. What did we do, man? That kind of thing. So it's the same thing. So I guess that's why sometimes, we need to reflect back and see whether we have moved on from where we were and how we can actually progress. And
Actually, I think for us it's a bit difficult to let go of our previous profession in the initial stage. Am I right? But so as we move along, when because we are more analytical in our approach,
analytical. Mm-hmm.
to our clients, that it becomes an ingrained kind of thing in us, that we
Mm-hmm.
really treasure the moments, to be honest, to do calculation. To be honest, I got my maths is tremendous lah.
See,
My maths is very good until
well,
I
he's lucky to
almost
have
failed
me. Mm,
in
okay.
school lah.
Mm.
I think people who
Just
know
say you are
me,
lucky to have me to calculate.
okay, I'm lucky to have
Yeah.
me. Okay, you know, people who know me, I think, yeah, I was very active in school, not the academic, but I tell you, in sports. But moving forward, I think I never imagined. I think our parents also never imagined that we will turn up to be property agent. I think the
Mm-mm.
stigma at that point of time, when you want to switch from a stable career to something that is really unsure, uncharted waters,
Yeah.
uncharted territories, it was really daunting for them. But I
No,
think
it's not that it's uncharted. It's just that
for us, we have never
oh,
been
okay,
there.
for us, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but
Uh,
what I mean is that the stigma that people have, because that time real estate professional wasn't a professional. Okay, it's a salesperson that's doing sales, just anyhow langgaran, like no rules, no boundaries, and you think whatever you do is right, or you can beat around it, that kind of thing. Although for us, we are always back to our principles, our honesty, and we base on clarity of work, and
I think
we
integrity is
ensure,
important in this industry. I
yeah,
mean, we
integrity.
are. I'm very glad that the CA was created. I think
Mm.
as a regulatory body because it really enhances and makes the industry much more professional. With the exams and all that, I believe it's also a good way to sieve those who are really just in for the money. Because yes, it can be a very lucrative industry profession,
Yeah,
but
talking about that, Nizam, are you
yeah,
in for the money? That's what
I
I
was
think
about to go to.
most
I was
people.
about to.
Mm,
When you interrupted me, now
mm.
I lost my chain of thought. Yeah, but I was
Just say it,
it's not about the money. Of course, money is
Uh,
important, but it's not about the money, my friends.
no, it
Those who
wasn't the money that drives you to enter real estate, because maybe backtrack
it
a bit
wasn't the
where
money.
we started.
It was more of I tell you, I think to be honest, when I really went to full time, it was more of there's a need because I felt that our business, our real estate business was expanding bit by bit, and it was a bit overwhelming. So I really need to come and assist and make the foundation strong, because of the fact that we suddenly at one point of time we find that this is really something we want to do. Am I right? It
Yeah.
was a call. It was the calling wasn't immediate. I believe it wasn't immediate. It was very trying for the first 3 4 years. I don't know,
No,
probably.
I don't know about you, but for me, the calling was there, but I don't know how to run the business, because we didn't had a good mentor. It
Yep,
was very ad hoc, and everybody's moving in their own direction.
yep,
So it's very hard to understand, especially for me from the education industry. Although we do sales, we do have our own business before we sell garments and clothes. So we know how to do sales, but the different kind of sales, like real estate business, like how do you get your leads? How do you talk to people or convince of the market? Or, because last
it's,
time wasn't transparent.
it is
It,
really a people's business. It's not about. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, for
like it
those.
wasn't transparent. Like the process of HDB and all that, it wasn't
Yeah,
transparent. You cannot find information on the net and all that. So we
correct,
just based
correct.
on
Yeah,
information given by our trainers or our friends, and we cannot verify the truthfulness of it. It's just based on,
yeah,
we always do this, we always do that. Um, so it's quite tough, especially for me, because I prefer to have clarity in the process,
yeah.
in the steps. So I will always verify. So
These engineers are always like that. Yeah. But anyway,
yeah.
moving forward, it's to our clients out there, or to people out there, to consumers. I think a lot of misconception about agents. We are just there for the money. We don't care. We just want to make the money and chow. I think it's not true. For many of us, it is it's a skill set that is very very important, especially in today's context, because numbers are very important. A lot of people are unaware the behind the scenes kind of thing that we do. Of course, this is
Mm-hmm.
the reason why we wanted to do this kind of sharing, because uh, to be honest, when we wake up, right, for us lah, I'm not going to talk about other agents. For us, from the time we wake up to the time we sleep, even in our sleep, we think about property, not for us, but for our clients. Am I right? Uh, I tell you, the calculation I've
Yeah.
done, the number of Excel sheets I've done, and the number of mistakes I've done are also, it's part and parcel of the business. And and so far, Alhamdulillah, I think a majority, most of our cases are not too bad. I think we have done well serving our clients. Of course, we are not perfect, to be honest, and sometimes it's more of the perception, because now clients, and especially in pandemic situation, the clients and agents need to have a very strong uh, relationship relationship in terms of ensuring that the goals are the same, the expectation are managed, and kind of thing. Because through it's really about people's livelihood. So for us as property agent, it's really, it's not a child's play. It's not play kind of thing, because it's people's livelihood. So that is the reason why we are very, very particular, especially on the numbers when it comes to selling or buying for our clients, or even asset progression. I tell you, this asset progression is not something that people have this misconception, or sell one, buy two. No, it's not about that. It's about managing your asset proper, with the right fundamentals, with the right strategies and all that. So this is where we come in to assist as a professional, to give a professional advice. Like I don't like to use the term doctors. I think doctors are no. Later you property doctor thing, you know. So basically, it's more of like consultant, because we
Yeah.
have the knowledge, the experience, and we have the know-how. Very important is a lot of people see that, oh, don't see the behind the scenes. Of course, like I said, uh, the investment in resources, the investment in the portals, the investment in time, energy, and whatever you call it, I think that that quantifies value,
Yeah, and
especially.
the experience actually, because not all agents are the same. Because depends. Some agents can be quite lucky; they have all the good cases. When I was started alone in the real estate, uh, all the cases I got, because I'm so free, right? So I will entertain all the bad cases, because the good ones usually will get the good agents to do it. So the one that have problems, the one that couldn't solve one, I'll be the one trying to solve. So that's where the, how to say, the fastest learning curve that I gained in the
Yeah.
first year of the real estate. That's the
Especially
best
last
one.
time, there's no proper tools. Now we have the app, the calculators, whatever
Mm-hmm.
online. But
Yeah,
last
times
time
have
it was a lot
changed.
manual, a lot of really, you miss one number, that's it, gone. It's very, very delicate, because I need to reiterate, it's people's livelihood, and their families' livelihood in that sense. So you cannot go wrong anyhow. So very, very important, I think. The perception of we are not here to try to change your perception of agents, but we want you to understand how does a property agent, especially like us, a property couple, how do we go about doing our business. This is one of the points of why we are sharing. I tell you, importantly, the system. We need to have a system, a CRM. It's like running a business. It's not just sell and buy kind of thing. Running the business, managing our budget, ensuring that timeline is timeliness and everything. I tell you, that's why you see my hair white. I'm only
Uh,
34 and my hair is white. So I think
No,
it's
because
just about
sometimes
right.
when we always talk about numbers, because numbers actually are facts, but behind those numbers are like timelines, negotiations, presentations, understanding the needs of the buyers, and how do you psychologically understand, if someone have this difficulty, how do you peel those onions,
Yeah.
one problem with another problem. So actually, there's a lot more of the soft skills uh, and how to say, how you manage the
Yes, yes.
conversation.
That's the key word, soft skill,
So,
because you
mm,
need to sometimes you need to ask sensitive questions. How do you ask sensitive questions? Because end of the day, you need to get those sensitive information to strategize to chart the right strategy, if I may say so. So
right.
these are things that people have pride. People have ego. So really need to make friend. You
Yeah.
really need to understand, because the important thing, I noticed, I think for me, I was once like that, because as a property agent, as a consultant, what is the most important thing you need to do is the letter L, listen. Listen and listen and listen to your client, their aspiration, their needs, their wants, before you can actually make any any suggestion, not any recommendation, any suggestion. How to then you in your mind, your CPU must work. If this kind of situation, what is your course of action? What is your advice going to be? You need to have empathy. So like Niza says, soft skills are the most important thing as a property agent into this context. On top of that, technology. A lot of agents are, sorry to say, those some experienced agent who refuse to embrace technology wholeheartedly are now a bit are now struggling.
But
I think,
Nizam, I
yeah.
feel that for technology, right? If you have
Mm,
the time and the classes and all that, I think a
yeah,
lot of people can learn. But the
correct.
soft skills is actually something that we cannot describe. And
Yeah,
because it's different and depend on the people you have mixed with, you have talked to with, and how
correct.
many of that will build you or craft you, or mold you to that person that you can actually solve problems. So
Yeah,
not you
correct.
can
I
calculate,
think
you can do this, but
we are blessed to be in PropNext. The sharing culture is enormous. I tell you, sometimes in this CB for the past 6 8 weeks, I don't know how many trainings we've gone through. I think like 10 years of training. If I every day from 10 to 8, there's Zoom training and all that. So that's how important training is when it comes to such a situation, because normal situation, there's training you don't attend and all that, you think that better I spend time soliciting for clients. But in this pandemic has given us a bigger perspective. Training is important, embracing technology is very very important. And why we are doing this is also is to take advantage of technology on social media to give you a better perspective on how the things what are the things we do and how passionate we can be. And sometimes we have sleepless nights thinking of people's problem. I think that is something that really, uh, uh, when it comes to a property transaction, my friend, there are so many stakeholders, buyer, seller, HDB, lawyers, whatever, and all that, valuers. So it's really not, you as a property agent is like a conductor. You need to orchestrate everything to ensure as little as possible the inconvenience to all parties. Very, very stressful. But when you mix it with, or when passion supersedes it, I tell you, it can be a very rewarding career. Okay, this is a shout out to everybody lah, because end of the day, you really need to, if you look at it from the monetary perspective, I tell you, you will not last. It's very very difficult to last if you have that kind of mindset. Importantly, not that we have success, we seen success, so we don't care about money. No, it's more importantly how we can, you know understand the needs of the clients, how we can chart it with the right numbers to ensure that the next step is beneficial for them.
yeah, but Nizam, actually back to just now about what drives you to be in the real estate. Is it money? What is it? So actually, for myself, because I've seen a lot of last time. There's no, I say there's a lot of cowboys out there, right? So our relatives, sometimes our friends, we hear some horror stories, and
Yeah,
sometimes I wonder also like why it get to there. Is it their fault? That means is it my aunt's fault, or is it her fault that because she allows the agent to take the money from her, or what actually happened? So I feel there was some mistrust there. There's some, the client was so trusting, but perhaps the agent taking advantage, or is it because the agent themselves didn't know, there was not enough knowledge, so there was a lot of mistakes and all that. So that's why I find that in order to know more about this, what's happening, maybe I could be there. I could try it out and see.
yeah,
There must be something missing there. There's a missing parcel there that need to be straightened out. So I thought we could be there and help people, because if we can do it right, we can help more people, and therefore avoid all our loved ones from being how to say jeopardized by
trap lah.
misrep by these agents. So I feel,
Misrepresentation. This is the thing. A
yeah,
lot of time, I think through our family, relatives, friends' experience, it's also another driving factor
yeah,
for
because
us to
okay,
join the
coming back.
industry.
Yeah. So if money was something, a driving factor, it is wrong, because our salary was really high when I was lecturing, and even when Nizam was working, our salary was very comfortable.
Don't tell
We
people.
have, I'm not telling you the figures, but very very comfortable
I
and
just say,
very easy. So why do we even leave our careers? And it was quite drastic, I would say. Uh, for myself lah, quite drastic lah. Huh? For Nizam,
yeah,
he had time.
yeah,
I left
yeah,
first.
at time,
Okay,
true.
so
But
yeah.
the decision was quite drastic as well.
Uh,
And we had to literally, I had to literally bite the bullet, because to be honest, male got ego, right? So
That's
when
why I
we,
have to go first, right?
yeah,
I have to like
Okay lah.
Abandon everything.
Ladies first lah, because I'm there to support mah. But
You
anyway,
tell me, I know one thing that you always tell me, burn the bridge. It's because, you know, like for me, I can, even my friends, those of you who have heard me online now, I think would know that every time some of them called me up, hey, come, let's be a adjunct lecturer, because they really need people. So I can anytime go back to my work and then get a job, you know. They always need me in my training skills. They need me anytime. So I was like,
but
yeah, you know,
I always tell her
yeah.
at that point of time, you must focus. If you go for this adjunct lecturing thing, soon property will be just your part time, and then end of the day you go back to your old career. So that
Yeah, it
was
was so
my thought
comfortable
at
to
that
go
point
back.
of time lah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
very
really, I
comfortable to
think
go back. Yeah.
the comfort level is there. We are not. This industry is not made for everybody, to be honest.
Yeah.
But you know what we are trying to achieve here is not to tell you, wow, our life is so difficult, but and all that. Right? No, I think more importantly, the journey is important.
Yeah.
Similarly, whether you are salaried and all that, life journey is important because
Yeah, I
end of
think
the day,
we learn a lot of
yeah,
experience from people we meet. In fact,
true,
we all walks of life, whether you're from a rental flat or you're staying in a good class bungalow, we have met them all.
yeah,
Of course, the rich are very rich, so we cannot reach there. But at least we know why they are rich. Why are they in this position? What
yeah.
have they done to make such changes? And of course, we are aspired by their growth, their
Correct. Like I
you
said
know,
earlier, I think the key word for us property agent is listen and listen. Because
yeah,
whether you are starting up, whether you're at the rental flat, whether you're upgrading, whether you're a private property owner, whether you're landed, whether you're GCB,
yeah.
whatever, whether high net worth,
That's what I like
it's all
about
about
this job.
it's about listening. It's
Yeah,
about listening. They are for in terms of their needs and their wants, so that you can chart for them a proper strategy. Everybody, you have to treat it the same. Right.
yeah.
Of course,
But
we are
that's what I
also
like about the job is that we get to meet people of all walks of life. We can help anyone because everyone would normally have a home or want to have a home, and it's something that we can be there to assist. And when we assist about their home, we know more about them because like their passion, what they want to achieve, so we know their, I say, their inspiration, what they want to do for their family. So it's very touching to us, and we also very passionate to know
I
more
think
about.
more importantly also when we can find solution for them, those who are in a
Yeah,
dilemma, those in dire straits, those who really need help, whether it's because of circumstances beyond their means, beyond their control. I tell you, when you are able to assist them in whatever means and ways, the reward is more fulfilling than anything else. I mean, in all honesty, we have done some pro bono cases also because it's really heart wrenching not to help, and it's not in our DNA to just leave people just like that. And of course, we cannot help everybody. Those we can help, inshallah, we will help. But the key thing for us is if the person is willing to help themselves, then we will come and help. If the person is not willing to help themselves, then I think we will not render our services for that matter. I think to be fair to us, right?
yeah, we do have some how to say, cases that we put a lot of effort, but because the party involved did not actually put that 100% commitment, we could not proceed with the process, and therefore it has to be abandoned because we are there all out to help 200% to help. But if the party involved themselves did not actually take the appropriate action, it's really tough. We had to surrender and abandon the case. So there are some cases like that. Sad to say, we have to move on to other people who need our help.
Hmm.
And we, in fact, some good stories as well, very happy stories. But you know, one thing about our clients, they are very shy lah. Now we wanted to do a video and all that, and we are also very busy. That's why we also didn't get to actually collate all these nice testimonies. But these are something that we keep in our hearts. Um, Nice
Wow.
memories over the years.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking at some comments. Okay, never mind.
There's
Uh,
comments. What comments?
I don't know. Wait,
Uh-huh.
this is new for us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, can't see the comment here lah. Never
Oh, is
mind, I'll
it?
figure the technical part. Then maybe the next time round. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm heartened to see some of the comments, but I cannot share it here. But anyway, yeah. What was I? There was something that I want to say. Okay, basically, what we just okay. Example today we had how many Zoom session today? Oh, in the morning we had one Zoom session.
Uh,
Uh,
mhm.
and then afternoon we did a open house with we collaborate with City
Muzaidin Batisa
Zaidin
Bros.
bin Batista Bros. Okay, that's
Batisa.
Bros. But Batista Bros. Sorry.
Batisa Bros.
So
Okay.
yeah, it was awesome. I tell you, it was really a breakthrough for us. Also, I think it's so many breakthroughs for us in this pandemic, right? It really becomes a the motivation to even share more out there, because sharing, a lot of people think sharing will is a losing thing, because you are sharing, you lose something, especially to your competitors or whatever you call it lah. But I tell you, no, when the sharing culture in PropNex, it becomes a collaboration with even interdivision. It's like one PropNex, nothing to do, there's no boundary between each division. So we even collaborated with another division to actually run a Punggol district open house this afternoon. It was good, positive feedback, and inshallah we'll do more. But at the same time, also I wanna stress that don't be afraid to talk to any property agent in where professional. I mean the professional property agent, because give yourself a chance where your property is concerned. Doesn't matter whether you think you will not make money, you think like you cannot afford. A lot of people think they cannot afford, but when the numbers are right, the numbers are crunched with the right experience and the way we can chart the strategy for you, I tell you, you will be surprised. A lot of our clients are surprised that they can buy private property, for example, or own their first HDB for that matter, or upgrade to a bigger HDB, or downsize and have retirement money. So a lot of things is about, if you don't ask, you don't seek, you won't know. So really, really, I urge every one of you. I mean, this is just our. I mean, see, when I'm in my zone, I talk like, wow, I really, I don't know, I like want to go into the screen kind of thing. But importantly, the passion. I want you to feel that we are not here just to talk and talk and
Mm.
sembang-sembang. No, it's really, really, I tell you, a lot of people fail to take action because of fear, or
Wait, wait,
never
wait.
mind.
You think the other people know what is sembang-sembang?
Sembang-sembang is talk.
Chit
In
chat.
Malay, sembang-sembang is talk. It's like you
Sembang-sembang
sit
means
down.
chit
Now you
chat.
cannot sit downstairs, right, at the coffee shop to talk. So now we
So
talk here
kopi
lah.
O teh tarik. Today no
Yeah,
teh tarik, no kopi O.
yeah.
Later cannot
So
sleep.
really, I think this is good. I think we want to do this as of course weekly to share. Today we had a lot to share, but I tell you, we divert topic a bit. But I tell you, what we gonna share is, uh, importantly, we are here to help. A lot of us, a lot of people out there are afraid of property agent, because sometimes I share you very real story. Uh, uh, some people will text me that if you were to do presentation or do financial calculation, how much do you charge? I was like, huh? What do you mean how much do I
Okay.
charge? For a financial consultation and all that, there's no charge. People must, I don't know whether their agents charging, I don't
No,
know. Okay,
okay. Just now you're talking about doctor, right? Okay, if you
uh,
go and see the doctor, when you come to see the doctor, you know you have to pay, but you haven't pay first, right? You went to see the doctor, then you come out, you have to pay at the counter.
yeah,
Okay, for real estate agent, there's no counter, you know.
yeah.
We come in with a very open heart and answer your questions and all that. So the most we get is a glass of water or a
Correct.
drink,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, cup of
But
coffee is good enough, because end of the day, our conscience are very clear. If we are able to share, and you're able to share whatever knowledge we have shared with you with another person, that knowledge goes to another person. Instead of
mm,
coffee shop talk, I tell you, very, very effective, especially in empowering yourself to make the right decision where let's say is concerned. If not, coffee shop talk, I tell this afternoon we had a Zoom session with a potential HDB upgrader. The question he asked me was, you mean private property we can use CPF? I tell you, these are fundamental questions that people ask and people don't know. No doubt they are in such position in society, but they don't know. because of the fact that knowledge is power, correct? Am I right? So we are the professional in our sphere. So our knowledge is power. We don't expect you to have the same knowledge as us. So the consultation is very important to understand your situation. Every case is unique. I tell you honestly, every case is unique. Every needs and wants are unique. Every family aspiration are different. So really, we must understand as a property agent. I must stress again: listen, listen, listen. Very important. I'm also, some of my aspiring RES are also. I hope they are listening to us because nowadays the exam is postponed. So quite pity lah, but they really really want to go into the business, but unfortunately of this pandemic. But importantly, just a piece of small advice from me as a humble real estate person, that as to be effective real estate professional, you must listen and listen and listen. So if you are planning, those consumer out there, I mean, you must look, you must find the right agent who are willing to listen, willing to analyze, understand not only your needs, not only your wants, but your needs. At end of the day, must stay neutral, must stay logical, because when it comes to home ownership, it's really a lot of emotion. So if everybody is emotional about it, there's no neutral party who's logical. I tell you, you might make the wrong decision. That's how we see from a real estate perspective lah. So in PropNext, we have a lot of system, the RAM system, the spot system that allows us to give you the right information timely, and so that you are able to do to make the right decision. No, I mean, not necessarily you must buy or sell, because sometimes we will also tell the sellers or the buyers that no, this is not the time for you to sell, or no, I tell you, you have to wait out because of certain reason before you can buy. And it's really I mean the fire is there a lot, because especially in this pandemic, right? I think six weeks we were struggling because of the I don't know how many numerous Zoom meetings we had with clients, potential clients, and all that. Everything didn't go through. But when you persevere, things start to fall into place. To be honest, the first week of June, we closed almost 5-6 units. I tell you, it's really about perseverance. Not only in real estate, I must say that in all industry at this moment in time, we need to persevere lah. But good thing, people out there, I just want to have a shout out to potential clients out there that, not necessarily you have to sell your unit, but most importantly, give yourself opportunity to assess your standing at this point of time, where property is concerned, where your HDB is concerned, or your private property is concerned, so that you can prepare yourself for the next step. So important, because especially growing family, we are growing old, talk about retirement and all that. It's not about, it's all about asset planning lah, in my opinion. So Nizam, you have anything
Sorry,
to
I was
say?
texting clients.
Tell
See,
you,
even
Mr. Work never
clients texting
end.
me at this
Yeah.
hour.
I also watching
So
while she talk. I will look at the right side there. My phone is there. Wow, I tell you the text, crazy.
yeah. So you
Anyway,
see, our clients do get us at any time of the day. Sometimes early in the morning. We wake up early, but of course we don't want to text clients early in the morning. But when they text us in the morning, we also like, oh, okay, we also at work, So because when come to people's livelihood, like Nizam says, anytime is crucial. So we believe that is something that we need to attend to if it's necessary lah.
yeah, I
So
think. Yes.
okay, so I think we have reached.
Okay. Before that, there's one another talk that I will be hosting together with my siblings. This is okay. Let me just share the screen. Okay. Oops. Oh, sorry. I have not shared the screen. Oh my God. Okay. Right. So these are three of my siblings. We have a diverse background, but we are going to start this talk show every Wednesday, hopefully, every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. We call it Cakap Adik-Beradik, means siblings conversation. So it's bringing you siblings conversation on matters real in life. So of course, the first topic we're going to talk, okay, my brother Nazri is a journalist. My younger sister is a lawyer. Second sister is a social worker, and I'm a real estate agent. So it somehow this idea I was just 2 weeks ago I was thinking about it. How can we pay it forward to the community because of their vast experience in handling especially community related issues that has to do with real estate as well. So the talk is of course shift to real estate, but importantly the first topic that we are going to talk on Wednesday is divorce. It's about divorce. Is it the start of your property nightmare? That is the topic I have in mind. I will be posting the poster soon. So,
Yeah, a lot of
so if
people
you
out there
have
are afraid of the divorce cases.
yeah, when you're in the midst of a divorce, what happens? You know, what are the legal implications, the social implications, and then of course, when you have a property, what happens to it? So and from a media, from a societal perspective also. So we are each of us will give a different perspective. Then we want to share with all consumers or people out there so that you are aware what needs to be done. And then we have my sister, is a lawyer, will talk about the legal implication, the legal remedy, and whatever you call about it. And how my youngest second sister will probably share about the counseling part and all that lah. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. I can't wait to have this session on Wednesday. So I hope you like and share our Facebook page, especially Property Shop by NeezaNizam, or send Niza a friend request. Niza not very friendly. You can send
Hey,
me.
hello. What? I choose to be private. No lah, I don't like to
Okay,
be
but
so. My
importantly,
Facebook is not for
and like,
agents.
add friend to me so that you will be informed with all of this. So you okay. I think we have wow, it's 1 hour already. Without knowing, we just had an hour of a sharing session. Not much, but I hope you have a bit of takeaway where how we do our business. If you have any comments, please feel free to send us a PM or WhatsApp us or whatever and all that. You can find me in Facebook. No worry. The hashtag is NeezaNizam. You just go and search for NeezaNizam. You definitely find us. Okay.
Yeah.
And probably the next next Sunday we'll talk a bit more about some of the cases that we have handled. If you want to know more about certain type of cases which may be relevant to you, like I said, comment or PM us so that we can prepare some cases for you to have understanding on how things are done, right? So any parting words, Niza, before we end this live session?
Nothing. Just parting words. I don't know.
Yeah.
What is there to part anyway? I mean, okay.
Just good
Basically,
night lah. Yeah.
yeah, good night. Okay. I mean, take it slow. I mean, as you know, the pandemic will be over soon. We know it's gonna be better. It's never gonna be worse. So be patient. I think a lot of people out there are impatient, but I just absorb and go with the flow, and take
Stay
things
positive.
yeah, important. Stay positive. For me, I never free of no work. There's always a lot of things to do: housework, cleaning work, this work, and all sorts of work. So yeah, right. Okay, so that's it.
Yeah.
Stay positive, stay safe, and then make sure you always clean. Maintain your hygiene because you never know who are you in contact with. So and don't move around too much because when something happens, you do not know where you can trace your path. So stay safe.
And if you need to view houses, make sure it's virtual viewing.
Yeah, you can do it. Okay.
And look for NeezaNizam. We tell you, we will show you the way. So a bit of koyok here. If you need any free consultation, please contact us. No obligation. Zoom is always available for us any time of the day. If you're night shift, you want to Zoom in early morning, no problem. I will
Yeah, we
definitely
sell all properties. Okay, doesn't mean HDB means only HDB can close in the COVID. You can close private, anything, commercial.
Okay.
You can do
Right.
anything.
Okay, with that, NeezaNizam will I think end our Facebook Live here. Thank you very much for listening, for viewing, and hope that we will see you again in very soon. Look
Yeah,
out for our upcoming talks in Facebook. So
yep. To all
that's
our
it.
friends out there, take care, because especially we cannot Hari Raya,
Yeah.
but we still can talk.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah,
With that, NeezaNizam out.
bye.
Bye.
Good night.